All right, here we go. Game number 1 of a fresh series coming at you, spawning down on the bottom left for Team Liquid. It's Clem in the blue. And his opponent spawning up the top right for Storm Gaming. It is MaxPax in the red. And this one is played on the new maps, the new patch. Already explained it in some of my other videos, but here we go again. Widowmine's nerfed. Cyclone's rebalanced / nerfed. Pylon vision range buffed slightly. What else? Observer's HP buffed, but their size nerfed, which is to say their size is bigger. So they're easier to spot. What else? Trying to think. Oh, Liberator range is 1 range shorter, so that upgrade. Advanced Ballistics now adds 1 less range, which will make Mass Liberator in the late game of TVP, which is very difficult to deal with. That'll make it a lot easier to deal with. Yeah, and then there's a few others that I can't think of off the top of my head. But those are the biggest ones for sure. Clem, he is going to spot this gold base, and he is going to bunker it. And MaxPax is going to spot the bunker very quickly. It is a weird gold base here on Dynasty because, of course, you have the opportunity to do stuff like this to it. And I really like that Clem has gone for this. He did go for the double gas opener. That's going to be real difficult to go deal with if Clem ends up rallying units, like, for example, a Cyclone. Even though the lock-on can be broken now, it, for example, does have more HP. It's 130 HP up from 110. And, I mean, it's just still a good long-range unit. And I think it is, in fact, going to be a Cyclone. Yeah, there it is. Already, all of the shields on the shield battery getting taken down. Clem, was a little bit late to start repairing there, I believe. But he's going to be able to keep this alive. A little bit late on the repair. Clem, for some reason, not having the SCV on auto repair. That's a rare misstep from him, I would say. Battery overcharge. Okay, there we go. Does get popped. That will mean it's not available for the Cyclone. Cyclone is going to take its time getting across the map. Grenade. Oh, very nice grenades. Second shield battery will complete momentarily. But remember, this is a gold base. So if MaxPax holds this, this is pretty darn good for him. And he is burning that bunker down eventually. The grenades slowing down the DPS, but not stopping it. And that grenade will be too late to do so. Cyclone shows up, but after the bunker's fallen. Now, these shield batteries are out of energy. We've got a third one about to pop. Very cool that the shield batteries ran out of energy right as the bunker was sniped. Which means that Clem doesn't have a stranglehold on the position, but he's still got a soft hold on it. Good micro there on the Stalker, able to keep it keep it out of harm's way. There is not a whole lot that shoots up. There's an Oracle. This is going to get so much damage done. MaxPax survived the attack, and now he's going to get a fair bit of damage done on the other side of the map. Oh, I like that he dives in there for that 4th SCV. Recognized that there was not enough Marines to keep that alive. Now it is a 12, make it 13 worker lead for Maximus Paximus. And this is a build that Zest pioneered quite a while ago. Stargate into 3-gate Blink. Single Oracle. It is so strong if you can keep that Oracle alive. But it is very difficult to keep that Oracle alive. Man, the grenades have been really annoying. This is actually denying so much mining time. Like, these grenades are great. Good job from Clem there. I think MaxPax did forget to turn off the Oracle's Pulsar Beam because it is out of energy. I used to call it Pulsar Cannon, and then somebody in chat was like, no, it's Pulsar Beam. And I was like, you're right. And now I call it correctly. It's crazy. Imagine doing something correctly. We're going to see the Reapers jumping in to the natural, and now the main. Stalkers have moved out, but there's a warp in available still. This might be like 5 probes? No, probably not 5 probes, but it should be like 3 or 4. Almost gets a 4th. That's pretty darn good for the Reapers that probably wouldn't have gotten much more value behind this. Now, there is a siege tank here. Oh, Oracle. Looking for an opening, but not going to be able to get it. Oh, that's a dead Oracle. That's very painful, but the mass repair on the siege tank. Oh, blink forward aggressively to kill it. Will grab that, and that will allow MaxPax to deny this gold for a little bit of time, but not very long at all. There's another tank here. Oh, losing that Oracle is so painful. So painful for MaxPax, but I still like his position. In a situation like this, I actually would like to see... I would like to see the Protoss rebuild the Oracle. I know it slows down your tech. I know it's not ideal, but it's super crucial as a part of kind of keeping tabs on things. Now, there's no starport. It's just about to finish. So any damage these units take is significant. MaxPax utilizing the high ground very effectively, forces out a big stim. And now the Marauders are kind of on their lonesome. Oh, but there wasn't enough to kill that one Marauder. Okay, nice job. Finally gets sniped down, but Clem gets more value from it than I was really expecting him to be able to. Feels like Clem's army... I think it's been whittled down a little bit too much to actually really be that effective. Target fire on the Marauder at the back is nice, but Clem, yeah, he just doesn't really have the HP. I think the wise move is to just back away, and that's exactly what he's going to do, at least until the reinforcements show up. I think you got to wait for the first 2 medevacs, though. There's no +1 weapons for Clem. It feels like if he sticks around and charge completes, he's just going to get enveloped. Oh, Observer of MaxPax. Does it see the army? No, it does not. MaxPax could put a unit on top of that army and see that it is not really ready to fight. Medevacs, though, will finally join... Wait, where's the second one? Where's the second one? Oh, oh my god, it didn't rally. And that actually means that this has way less power than it should. Siege tank got jumped on, taken down. Clem stimming a Marine in behind the natural. Oh, can he get that probe? Ah, he will. It's kind of nice. Now, it's unfortunate for Clem. He kind of has to keep the siege tank here. But MaxPax, oh, he is going to blink forward aggressively. How did he... Oh, he knew. He knew where the rest of the army was thanks to that observer. Stalkers will need to blink out. They do exactly that. But they are going to get so much damage done on this gold mineral field. Ooh, however, Clem will find a fair number of units in the middle. Denying the gold base, though, is big. Oh, MaxPax, great micro right here. We've got the micro and counter micro coming in for both players. Hot pickups on both sides are so sexy. Oh, and he blinks aggressively. Well, that wasn't it, but he does have the War Prism to cover. And he will get on out of there. Behind this, 4th Nexus is on the way. Gold mineral field is starting to mine out, which means that there is actually a path through here. Only 2 medevacs, so not a whole lot of room. And now only 1 as one of them gets sniped down. There's too many charge lots here. Clem is going to get mostly cleaned up. MaxPax surely wants to blink forward and clean up as much of this as he can. Clem just desperately trying to get some kind of value out of these units, knowing that, well, they probably are pretty much dead, but no. Wow, Clem... Okay, yeah, MaxPax was expecting more than just a small number of units. He was expecting the whole army, so he actually does manage to escape. That looks silly from our perspective, because we see that, you know, most of the army of Clem was not there in position. But MaxPax sees reinforcements show up, and he doesn't know if it's like 6 supply, which is what it was, or if it's like 25 supply, which is what it could have been. Oh, that's going to be a mine drag right there into the SCV line. Oh, that's another friendly fire mine shot. That one only hits an SCV, so it's not as bad as it could have been. Zealots in the natural, though, are getting a lot of damage done. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Clem does have a fair bit of initiative, but there's a lot of charge loss coming in behind this, and medevac target fire has been fantastic. Clem is going to lose all of those medis, and on the other side of the map, he might not even be able to clean up these Zealots. They're just causing so much of a ruckus. SCVs will pull into the fight and will be able to clean this up. Good job from Clem on the unburrow. If he hadn't unburrowed that, he's losing so many SCVs. But MaxPax is winning this ultra chaotic match on Dynasty. Oh my god, how I have missed the Clem versus MaxPax rivalry. It is such an entertaining one. And with these units super low on HP, Stalkers coming in from the left, they're going to clean up everything with the help of just 2 Zealots. I don't even think he lost a Stalker. That was like each Stalker was one-shotting a unit because there was so little HP. And now, once again, the gold base will be denied. MaxPax still comfortably mining on 4 bases. Oh, Widowmines get some big shots there, but not going to be enough on their own. That is for damn sure. Stalkers on the other side will eventually get pushed away. Clem loads up into the medevacs, but there's barely anything in that army. Really feels like that can't do much, and there it is. GG gets called. MaxPax takes a very exciting game number 1. All right, here we go. Game number 2, spawning down in the bottom right. And down 1-0 in the series, it is Team Liquid's Clem. Melem. And his opponent spawning up at the top left for Psystorm Gaming, it is MaxPax. In the red. That was a really cool little game because it felt like Clem was going to maybe win that tug of war on the gold base, but he just barely didn't. And it had a huge impact on the mid game, not to mention the fact that the Oracle got across the map and got so much damage done. Thank you very much, Noi, by the way, for the tier 1 resub at 21 months. Yeah, because that was a committal to a double gas opener. But yeah, I really love the concept of gold bases being these very like that feels like what a gold base should be in theory. Now you can't have it in every matchup because unfortunately Zerg doesn't really have great early game ranged units, so it's hard for them to challenge. Obviously, Roaches and Ravagers could be something, and I've been thinking about cooking up something with Burrow play with that, but the main thing is, yeah, you have this kind of tug of war where if either player gets the gold base kind of unhindered and the other one doesn't, it just seems like a huge advantage because it's the natural. Very neat. Very neat. But that's what I feel like a gold base should be. By the way, that Zealot got real close to the Marine. MaxPax was able to sneak this across the map. Clem, no scout. Oh, SCV on the bad. Oh, RNG almost really worked against him there. And he manages to save that one SCV. Marine did take a couple swipes, though, which means it can be one-shotted by the Adept. MaxPax not getting baited by it, though. Clem, so far, hasn't lost a unit. Good micro from him. Second Adept does show up. MaxPax might be able to tussle with this with the 2 Adepts. The thing is, he has taken a fair bit of HP damage. Oh, I like that. He tries to bait, but Clem a little bit too good with the stutter step. And actually, he might clean up both of these Adepts. Oh, the Hellion. Well, didn't even need that last shot. Marine got it. That's a great cleanup right there from Clem. 2 Adepts and a Zealot for 2 Marines. Fantastic start for Clem. Fantastic. Now, it's not over yet. Very rarely is one player going to win a game based on what happens in the early game, especially if you're not killing workers on either side. But that was about as good as it gets for Clem without killing workers. Oh. Oh my god. Hellion survives. Yeah, of course, 16 HP. Only 13 per shot. And Clem will be able to potentially scout the third. It is going to be a bit of 3-gate blink aggression coming in from MaxPax here. Clem. Oh, look at that. Just a single Marine kill right here coming in from Maximus. Oh, but he's actually maybe going to lose one of those units because we got a drop in the main base. 6 Marines and a Widow Mine. Oh, Stalker does survive. Nice job. Oh, waits for blink. And baits out the mine shot. But yeah, this is... Look at this. We've already got Clem ahead in workers. Yeah, this is a huge advantage for Clem. Very difficult to deal with something like this. What is MaxPax going to need to do to try and catch back up? I mean, he's always been extremely good with his unit micro. Oh, look at that. Probe gets the kill on the Hellion. That's funny. That's something you see every day. Thank you very much, Agaroth, by the way, for the tier 1 resub at 26 months. Pumping out that Void Ray printer. You love to see it. MaxPax has done a pretty good job in the last little bit of finding pickoffs, but of course, he did lose a lot of mining time in the main. Very nice SimCity, by the way, for Clem. Those siege tanks are so well protected. Does the Raven see this? It does. MaxPax will back away with that observer. MaxPax not going to be able to find almost any value, I think, with how well placed these tanks are, how well placed the SimCity is. Drop in the natural. I mean, with just three Stalkers there, I don't think that can get in. And MaxPax just now starting up his charge, his +1 weapons. And only just now getting into 3 additional gateways. Needs more. Obviously, we'll go for that 7th and 8th gateway. But Clem is going to be moving across the map with his push. I mean, very soon. MaxPax. He will have the charge lot printer coming online pretty soon, but not for a little bit. And even if he does, it's no guarantee that he'll be able to have an easy time dealing with this cute little wall at the natural. Very much an anti-blink stalker wall. But it can also serve in a pinch against charge lots. Not the kind of wall you'd want versus Zerg, for example, but it'll do the job versus Protoss. Oh. MaxPax real quick with that unsiege on the observer. Getting that out of there as soon as possible. MaxPax needs to pick away at this army, but he's going to lose actually quite a few units. 2 Stalkers and an Observer, despite recalling out very quickly. That recall was a little bit too close. Now, a force field on this ramp could be really good, but unfortunately, he's not in position. Clem already up there. We do have the Zealot drop coming into the natural. But it looks like the missile turret cleaned up the War Prism. Or at least War Prism went... No, War Prism went out. 9 SCVs go down. But now it's a 40 supply advantage for Clem here. MaxPax trying to start up his Colossus just now has it started. This is going to be tricky for him. Oh, battery overcharge gets popped. He's just trying to buy time. Does not want to get baited into a fight with those tanks and Widow Mines for sure. Oh, blocks the land attempt at the 3rd, which is kind of nice, but there's a lot of reinforcements here for Clement. And that is going to be the Zealots going down. Colossus number 1 is going to be hitting the field very soon, but can it do anything against this much bio in such a well-placed tank line? God, look at this. The minefield's huge too. 6 mines. At this point, your only hope maybe is a bunch of mind drags. Oh, that Stalker got obliterated. MaxPax still trying to make it complicated. Ooh, the drop into the main base from Clem. That is the drop from earlier. It ran by the natural. Picks off a couple of probes. Very nice. Zealots on the third base. They will be able to find a couple of SCVs, but that's not enough. Not on its own. Still, MaxPax is making something out of a game that I really didn't think he would be able to do at all. Huge stam, it looks like, from Clem on the crossing of the map, and actually very low on HP on a lot of these units. Widow Mines. Oh, they do get some good shots, and the siege tanks, well, they live up to their tank name as much as their siege name. Battery overcharge, not enough to keep that Colossus alive. Just so much DPS here from Clem. MaxPax will find the second of 3 tanks. And the Colossus does pretty well there. But once again, this is a... He's just been behind for so long that even trades aren't going to cut it. And these are, well, these are not even trades, actually. Oh my god. Oh my god, this was very far from an even trade. Granted, it's a little bit skewed because Clem killed a couple of his own units, but a very small number. He still got a ton of really high-value units. MaxPax was buying time with his charge lots, but it was coming at a hefty cost, a hefty price tag. Clem is on 1-1 as well. +2 weapons will complete momentarily on these Colossus, and the Viking count, it's not super high, but it is helping out a fair bit. And we are going to see one of the Colossus going down just before battery overcharge could save it. Clem able to burn through that. Now, once again, the only problem really for Clem is the medevac energy. But, I mean, look at D supply. It's a 70 army supply lead. And we are going to see these Vikings. Yeah, that's going to be a kill on the War Prism. Nice job. If it wasn't Clem in the driver's seat, with the medevac on energy as low as it is, I would actually say MaxPax might be able to do something here. And even still, like, that is a lot of Marines, not a whole lot of Marauders. Yeah, 37 Marines, 9 Marauders. That is a really low Marauder count. Colossus will deal with this army very well if they can stay alive. And actually, with Disruptors about to hit the field, this might not be as over as the supplies dictate. Meanwhile, MaxPax adding on a Templar Archives, but there are already a lot of Ghosts on the field. Disruptor shot coming on in. Good split from Clem. Only 2 losses. Force Fields will allow the Stalkers to get a free volley against the Vikings. Oh, that's a slow warp in Pylon. Not something you usually see at a base like this, but the Pylon, I think, is just 1 hex off. Disruptor does find a Ghost. It obviously was looking for more. Oh my god, those Colossus laser beams. Vikings. Man, I'm really just so impressed that MaxPax has been able to fight toe-to-toe against an army that's been bigger than his the whole time. But how much longer can he keep doing that for? Oh, another great split from Clem. It still did grab a couple of units, the Disruptors. High Templar do manage to get some feedbacks. And once again, the medevac energy is not great. It's now only a 30 army supply advantage, whereas before it was a 70 army supply advantage at one point. MaxPax is actually playing out of his damn mind. Big link forward coming on in. Clem. He just hasn't been able to get that killing blow that he's been hunting for. I can't believe this. Oh, medevac drop in the back. Looks like it got F2'd back home and will end up getting taken down. So, I mean, that was 8 army supplies. So I guess the whole time subtract 8 from Clem's army supply plus whatever was rallying across the map. But still, the fact that MaxPax has made a game of this at all is nothing short of miraculous. Disruptor shot. Oh my god, he's actually starting to push Clem back a little bit, but Did he overcommit trying to get up this ramp? He really just forced the issue, even though it wasn't a good setup for him. Disruptor will get avoided. Clem reasserts a massive army supply advantage. Back up to 50. And with the ebb and flow, it drops back down to, what is that, like 40 something? And it's back up to 50. Mine drop going to try and come in. MaxPax has finally been able to start mining from this base in earnest. Oh, with a mine drop. Looks like it was dealt with quite well. Clem is on 2-2 versus MaxPax is 2-0. Both players starting up their +3 attack, but of course the quality of army of Clem is much higher, and now he's finally starting to get into more and more Marauders at a time. Meanwhile, quad drop coming into natural. MaxPax has done such a good job for such a long time, but Clem, I think, is finally about to break this game wide open. Probes getting gutted in the natural, and just like that, GG will get called. Clem evens the series at 1 apiece. All right, here we go. Game number 3. Spawning up at the top right for Storm Gaming, it is MaxPax in the red. And his opponent spawning down to the bottom left for Team Liquid, it's Clem. Yum. Malem. Yeah, that was... God, that was really impressive. Like, Clem did a great job of never actually letting MaxPax back into the game. And he did a really good job of getting himself ahead. But I'm super impressed that MaxPax held on for as long as he did. That was... He actually made that, like, a genuine game. And I think if MaxPax could have chilled a little bit and not gone up that ramp into the big concave that Clem was able to set up, that might have... We might still be in that game. MaxPax might have even found an opportunity by then to maybe even take a lead or even win the game. Which, when you're down 70 army supply in a game, unless you're either A, facing off against Tefl, or B, you are, you know, a Terran player on 120 supply, 25 supply, against a Roach Ravager player, it does not happen often that comebacks of that magnitude are even a thing. But very well done right there from MaxPax to hold on. Still, good job from Clem to not lose sight of that, because that is one of those games that when you feel it slipping through your fingers, it is really difficult to maintain focus. But Clem did an excellent job of not letting that game get out of hand. Will be a Reaper opening. Reaper expand out of Clem. MaxPax was not able to deny the expansion for really any time at all. Maybe like 2 or 3 seconds. He used to be able to... Well, there have been games, even against Clem specifically, where I've seen him get like an 8-second denial. Like, really buy a lot of time. Nice job right there from Clement. Able to snipe down a probe. MaxPax, though, will be able to get the cutoff, and he gets the kill before the regeneration could kick in and make it a 2-shot once again. Clem does have a bunker at home, but he did not get the scout on the Twilight Council. Now, MaxPax has not been opening up Stargate the last little bit, but I wonder if we'll see him return to that. I hope we do, because the Stargate versus Twilight Council dichotomy, it's such a good one, such an entertaining one. And it's so neat to see both sides. Well, obviously, you know, the Protoss player is the one playing it and the Terran is the one adapting to it. But it is really fun to see the two sides playing it and or adapting to it. MaxPax, he is going to lose both Adepts, but gets a Marine, gets an SCV, denies a little bit of mining time. Obviously, in terms of cost, not worth it for MaxPax. But That's not terrible either. Cool. This is going to be 4-gate blink. MaxPax is the king of this build. And this is a pretty good map for it. A lot of entry points. Big map. Natural expansion. You can blink across the rocks and harass the... Or sorry, blink across the minerals and harass the actual minerals. This is a tough map to deal with 4-gate blink on. Now, we saw on Oceanborn that Clem had a pretty much airtight defense against 4-gate blink, but of course there was no 4-gate blink. Oh, we are going to see the single mine 6 marine drop. Oh, interestingly, Clem does not unload the units here. I guess he was worried that there was more than just 2 stalkers there. Ooh, MaxPax, is he going to try and blink over these minerals? No. Clem will, meanwhile, boost his units back home. MaxPax blinking to the side. SCVs are going to pull. War Prism will be able to save those 2 stalkers in time. But one of them had taken a little bit too much damage, so it still does go down. Medevac dropping the Marines and mine out in the main base. This is a very fast 3rd CC behind this. So there's no stim, no combat shields on the way. This is going to be a really tough defense for Clem. He has so much area to cover. MaxPax. Oh, can he get that bunker? Yes, he can. And that will open up the natural significantly. Oh, cute move from MaxPax. He blinks forward with just 4 of the stalkers. Not going to be a massive commitment there. So he's able to lift them up once he finds out where the tank is. And he's no doubt marked that tank's position for later. He's going to blink forward in on top of that tank. Good job from Clem right there to dodge the mine-friendly firing all of his Marines. And honestly, that was very expensive for MaxPax. But Clem's got to be careful. He's got to repair this bunker. Oh my god, he's really... Okay. Okay, well... I thought MaxPax was going to kill the bunker. That would have really opened things up. This is still so scary for Clem right now. How many tanks do we have? We're still on 2 tanks. Another one being produced. There's still just so much area to cover. MaxPax sees where his opponents... Or at least he can see how far he can go. Technically, you do see where your opponent's tanks are with stuff like that. Will blink forward, grabs the siege tank and the Raven. Will take some big losses, though, to get them. That was still worth it, I think. Mostly because by killing the Raven, he has now allowed his observer free movement. The thing is, Clem, if he just holds this, which he is very close to doing, and he's been continuing to replace the tanks as he loses them. He is on 3 CCs. He's got Stim nearly done. Combat Shields is... it's only just started, but it's not that long of an upgrade. MaxPax, though, not missing a beat on the macro behind this. Oh my god, Clem's going to try and take the base to the left? That's... not what I would have expected. Oh my god, the SCVs are going to mine through this position, and they are going to mine right through it very quickly. Oh, nice hot pickup there from Clem. Saves the Marauder. Charge is now done for MaxPax. Clem, nice scan, finds the Observer. Oh, we're going to see a blink to the top side. Now, there's no 1-1 yet. Oh, MaxPax might just try and take the fight here. He is going to do exactly that. Clem is relatively prepared. Stalker blinking over the left side. The other one misses the spot. But I think there's just enough here for Clem to drive this back. MaxPax trying to keep his opponent from being able to mine this position. I mean, with all the charge lots coming in, maybe there won't be enough, actually, for Clem. Siege Tank does get jumped. Will get taken down. SCV's trying to body block, but they are starting to fall here. Oh, if MaxPax could target down the command center, that'd be huge, but Clem is not going to let him do so. And now the charge lots are completely gone. And MaxPax, he's getting driven back. Clem holds. Clem with a fantastic hold there. Does lose some workers, but still on a very solid worker count. MaxPax's tech was significantly delayed going for this. He does have the high-yield gas base about to get mining. Well, the base itself is mining. The high-yield gas is about to start mining. That's going to be a big boon in terms of gas income. Get 6 probes mining for the price of 3.
Upgrade
oh, that
complete.
MaxPax has got to be a little bit careful right there. Clem. Actually, we're going to have a little bit of breathing room right now for a second. Oh, MaxPax has got to be so careful. He's looking for an opening, but there is none. There are so many tanks here. Clem definitely saw that Observer's Siege, right? He's got it? No, maybe not. He's got a scan available and he's not dropping it. Second Forge is on the way. Meanwhile, Templar Archives as well. Oh, we're going to see the War Prism getting jumped on. Zealots. Only 2 of them unload. That's a nice pickoff right there for Clem. And we're now once again in the territory of big army supply lead land. Yep, that makes sense. We've got a lot of gateways, and it's not as bad of a game for MaxPax as it was in game numero dos. Oh, nice target fire on the medevac. Does grab it. That's a little bit greedy from Clem, but he's still able to get a fair number of stalkers. Very nice force field right there for MaxPax, but Marauders are able to stim their way around. Clem making sure he doesn't get caught on the friction of the force fields. Only 2 Vikings, though, and MaxPax is already about to be on 4 Colossus. They're going to have +2 weapons as well. And Extended Thermal Lance is very close, too. Huh. Okay. MaxPax also getting in towards the 5th base. He's been keeping his opponent very much on the back foot pretty much the whole game. Nice snipe on a Viking as well. Oh, Zealots will get spotted here. But they may come in for the flank. Oh, wait, where did it... Oh, no, they went to the right. They just moved to the right. That's it. I was like, did he recall them? No. No, they literally just stepped to the right side. MaxPax obviously does not want to take a fight before he's got Extended Thermal Lance and that +2 weapons, and they both just completed. It's also adding on Disruptors now. Obviously, anything more than 4 Colossus is kind of insane. Oh, nice EMPs on the Observer. Well, EMP. You obviously don't want to cast more than 1. Attacking up this ramp is not the play. That is so many siege tanks. And even though Vikings, there's not a lot of them, siege tanks can absolutely work against Colossus in a pinch. Oh, that siege tank is so well placed, but ability forward will kill it. However, it's going to cost him so many stalkers. It opens the door for the Colossus to shell from the low ground, but it is at a very high cost. 9 stalkers for that. MaxPax, though, has now maxed out. Clem will complete his 2-2, though, and that will swing the upgrades back in the young Frenchman's favor, but the siege tanks cannot be here to cover this position. MaxPax is going to try and take advantage of exactly that. Disruptor shot gets a couple of units right there. MaxPax, this is a situation... Oh my god, how many... 12 Zealots just warped in. Ooh, that is a lot of charge lots. Siege tanks just not able to contribute to the fight. Only the 1 there, and it gets blasted down pretty quickly. Clem... Oh man, I don't know if he can hold here. Siege tanks finally going to reposition a little bit. Oh, big laser beams, but Clem does manage to avoid them. And those siege tanks, as they reposition, get themselves set up to cover that base a little bit better. Disruptor shot going to zone out the army of Clem and allow MaxPax to take down 2 of those tanks on the top side. Good dodge against the disruptor shot. Colossus are getting some huge fire, some huge volleys on this army. Look at the charred corpses in the middle. But Clem still has a lot of stuff. Once again, we're back up to a 50 army supply lead, but that just made me look at the worker count, which is insane for MaxPax. He's on 92 probes. So he is looking to trade. And, oh my god, he lost 42 workers in the last little bit. Ooh, nice EMP right there. War Prism gets spotted, EMP'd, and taken down very quickly. Now, I think he EMP'd his own medevacs for that, because they are very low on energy, and I think he just realized it, maybe? Maybe he didn't. Because they're actually on different amounts of energy. I'm not sure. Okay, MaxPax's going to take out the sets of double rocks to give him more mobility between his bases, which I am a very big fan of, considering the style he's playing. And I was just going to say, I'd like to see him mine out the totality of these minerals, and that's exactly what he's going to do. So we'll give him, once again, improved mobility between the bases. Just needs to send those probes back to mining. A little bit of harassment coming in from Clem. This is the first time it feels like he's been able to get on the map for a while. MaxPax will take the upgrade lead for just a moment. Going to be 3-2 versus 2-2, but I really have to emphasize just a moment. +3 weapons is going to complete. It will be upgrade parity for a little bit, but then it jumps into an upgrade lead. Oh, that was not the blink for MaxPax. Siege tank not able to get hit by most of the stalkers, and it's a very good fight for Clem. Not the fight MaxPax wanted to take. He loses almost all the Colossus and a lot of his army. Good dodge in the disruptor shot there by Clem. Oh, that one he does step into a little bit and loses a couple of units, including a ghost, but he has got a lot of momentum right now after killing so much of MaxPax's army. MaxPax's going to add on Immortals now. I mean, robotics facility units do benefit from good upgrades very strongly, but Clem has still very well upgraded bio as well. Ooh, disruptor shot. Oh, the hot pickup. So sexy from Clem. Dodges that Ruptor. We do have another War Prism. Actually, wait, are there? No, that's a pylon. That's MaxPax getting ready to take a 7th base. Damn. Observer does see pretty much the whole army. +3 armor is on the way now for MaxPax, and there is a War Prism coming in. Ooh, that's DTs. That's DTs warping in. A lot of probes, though, are falling to the siege tank fire from the low ground. DTs and Zealots. EMP, nice job to clear up that one DT. Zealot's going to come in for the flank. Where's the rest of Clem's army? There's actually just not a whole lot of bio. And MaxPax is going to get the jump on all the tanks, takes them down. Brilliant stuff. Yeah, he sees the whole thing this whole time. I think Clem sent too much army back home to deal with that War Prism, and MaxPax took the opportunity. Both players are near or basically at maxed. But Clem, he needs a 5th base very soon. Wait, am I crazy? Does he? No, he's got a 5th base. Wow, it's just they're so close together. We are going to see Zealots. Oh, DT's, in fact, getting on top of this base on the top side. Takes down the bunker. Should be able to kill that missile turret. Lickety-split. MaxPax did spend a lot of his bank building that. We do have triple disruptor production coming on in. Oh, there is a planetary here at the 5th base location. And that's going to be enough to drive this army of MaxPax back home. Clem, though, got to be a little bit careful. Trying to control 2 sides of bio against disruptors is no fun task, and he takes a huge disruptor shot to the face. Still. Oh, he's got a lot of stuff, and MaxPax, most of these disruptors are on cooldown. There's still enough that he can almost constantly fire, so he's able to keep this from chasing him down. MaxPax he's got his 7th base up. Not in the position I expected, but he is going to try and take now the 8th base, while Clem is trying to secure his 6th. Ooh, disruptors to get avoided once again. Liberators are coming on in. We got +1 ship weapons, but no +2, and no ranged for those Liberators yet either. Clem has been defending for so long. MaxPax still on 88 probes. Oh, a couple Marauders do get clipped. Looks like DTs were deflected from the left side. Oh, we got a slow warp in pylon somewhere. And we're actually going to see MaxPax taking a jump at his opponent's army. Does get a single Marauder there. God, the disruptor shots are just constant. It's so much strain to deal with those disruptor shots constantly flying at you. More DTs, more Zealots warping on in. Oh, EMPs did come on in. We also got MaxPax setting up to take down these rocks. But now as the Liberators start to hit the field in legitimate numbers, this becomes so difficult. I feel like Liberators are going... This might be the best map for Liberators in the entire pool. There's a lot of good maps for Liberators. Oh, as I say that, though, huge Disruptor Shot did connect on the Ghost, and that might give MaxPax the opportunity to take down this base. Disruptor Shots continuing to rain down on Clem's army, but Clem is... I mean, he's maintaining his army supply. He is losing a lot of stuff, though. MaxPax can just replenish so much quicker. Landed Viking and a Ghost getting taken down. We are going to see the Planetary surviving for the moment. Another decent Disruptor Shot. Stalker count, though, is extremely low. We got Zealots or something. I don't know. Something is killing SCVs somewhere. Oh, it's in the natural. I think. Clem's down to just 48 SCVs right now, but as I say that, he's building 6 at a time. And the Liberator count is climbing. 10 Liberators on the field now. They've got their advanced ballistics. They're going to have +2 ship weapons very soon. Caduceus Reactor, going to be super valuable here. That energy regeneration upgrade, going to be super helpful. Something we don't think about, though, very often is the speed at which an army can take down rocks. And in that case, having Immortal is going to be very handy. Oh, big blink forward will grab a couple of Vikings. This might be an overextension from MaxPax. But he does pick off a tank with the Disruptors, gets out. Gets a few other high-value units. Ooh, those are some big EMPs on the army, but a Disruptor Shot! Oh my god, he denied it. That was about to kill 7 Ghosts if it connected. Zealot's going to warp on in. Immortal's getting caught in the lurch. Clem, that might have finally been the move he was looking for. But as the Disruptor Shot comes in, no, it's a huge connection. Zealot's going to come on in on a rather low HP army. MaxPax, can he find that one medevac? No, the one that was low on HP and had the units inside did manage to get the full unload. Oh my god, this game is a banger. What the hell? I love the new maps. God, these guys are playing so well. Every base has been taken now on this map. MaxPax is going to have to give up the middle position. He is 2 bases up on his opponent right now, though, still. But he's 16,000 resources lost behind. Needs to actually transfer... Oh, he needs to transfer probes around a lot. He's got a lot of inefficient mining. I think, actually, he sent probes over to this base, maybe, from the middle. Oh, Liberator on the top side. That is a really nice little move. Clem adding more command centers. God, an absolute banger of a game here. MaxPax, I don't know if there's an opportunity to get through here. Clem diligently pulling the SCVs, even though the Disruptor was fired from too far away. He didn't see where it was fired from. But we are going to see an attack coming in on the right side. MaxPax has knocked down those rocks, so he can answer it with his main army. Liberators will siege up, but they're a little bit late to do so, and that might allow MaxPax's Charge Lot Stalker to still clean this up. At the very least, he kills the Liberators and drives this back. But on the other side, a good portion of Bio will deny this 7th base. Or I guess 8th base? I don't know. He denies the base. And that is one of the contested bases. Ooh, Disruptor will get killed. Nice spread from Clem, but it's a little bit too late. And another decent Disruptor shot. 2 of them do manage to connect. God, this is an absolute barn burner of a game. MaxPax transferring probes over to this base. What if he wants to retake that base in the middle? He actually is kind of short on gas, and he's got 2 gases that he hasn't even taken that are well within his territory. Ooh, big blink forward. There are Liberators and tanks here, though. What? Disruptor able to take down one of the tanks. Man, Clem is just barely avoiding these Disruptors. Doing such a good job. Oh my god, these are the games that get my blood pumping. I love StarCraft! Ooh, Disruptor shot does connect on a Cyclone and a Marauder. Don't know how long that Cyclone has been alive for. If it was an oopsie Cyclone, I don't even care. Another siege tank going down to the Disruptors. There's now only one siege tank on the field, but another one being produced. Big blink forward in on top of the Liberators. Is this too much for Clem, though? I think it is. MaxPax might end up just getting jumped here, but a huge disruptor manages to connect 12 kills and no HP. 3 HP finally does get sniped down, but MaxPax, did he lose too much here? His income has been significantly hindered. We do see Stalkers on the left side. They're going to try and get in on top of this, but there's a few too many units for Clem. Will defend this position. Disruptor getting dodged by the hot pickup. My God, these guys are playing so well. But it looks like MaxPax has run out of steam. Clem, after 25 minutes on Crimson Court and being absolutely battered and beaten, it looks like he has finally gotten a handle on this game, producing nothing but, well, actually not quite nothing but bio units. He is adding on couple of additional tech units. Nice snipe right there for MaxPax. Did find a little opening on the Liberator. Ooh, disruptor shot. Once again avoided. And as it is, GG gets called. What a banger of a game number 3. All right, here we go. Game number 4, spawning up at the top right. For Team Liquid, it's Clem. In the blue. And his opponent spawning down on the bottom left of Alcyone. For Psystorm Gaming, it is MaxPax. In the red. Oh, man, that was a truly magnificent game. And those are the games that you look for, you look towards. That was, God, that was an awesome game. At one point, MaxPax was up 40 workers on his opponent, but Clem never let himself actually get broken and never let himself actually get broke. God, that was such a good game. Constantly trading, just constantly trading. Trading units and trading blows. And then MaxPax kind of ran out of bases to take. If that was a different map than Crimson Court, or let's say there was a 9th base he could have somehow taken, I don't know that Clem would have been able to win that game. Clem doing, once again, a really good job of not letting MaxPax block the base for as long as he wanted to. Only maybe like a 3-second block, if that. Which is not terrible, but I know that he's gotten used to getting, 5, 6, 7-second blocks. Now, yeah, that is a game that's really difficult to recover from mentally. It's not easy. Oh, he's finally going Stargate. Let's go. I was calling for this in the previous map, and it feels like I just really want to see how it looks right now. Because, for example, I can't go Stargate and be like, let me do optimal play against Terran. That's not a thing I can just do. I don't even know that I could do competent play against Terran with Stargate. But I'm really interested to see what MaxPax does here with the Stargate play. Clem. Oh, he's going to be able to snipe down a probe. And oh, he gets in. He sees the Stargate. That was a nice little maneuver. Gets just around the Adept. MaxPax was ready with that Adept, but it wasn't quite where it needed to be. And as a result, Clem sees... well, he sees everything. And it is going to be double Cyclone, I'm sure of it. Right? It's got it. Yeah, okay. Double Cyclone going to come on in from Clem. Fast third CC. Ooh, triple Adepto going to shade forward, sniping down an SCV quick and dirty as you please. Obviously, that triple Adept setup is such a nice one. Oh. So was that 2 Marines, 2 SCVs for 2 Adepts? That is very good for the Protoss, despite the fact that the technical resources lost favors the Terran. Losing early SCVs like that, yeah, it's no bueno. No bueno. And it's something that MaxPax will, of course, be, I think, quite happy with. Now, the third CC for Clem is going to bridge that gap very hard. And Clem doesn't really do this that often, so it's neat to see him mixing in more economically focused builds. It's not to say that he's never done it, it's just not something I think of when I think of Clem. Oh, this is neat. He's going to go just single engineering bay. Clem also getting interference matrix. Oh, no, it is going to be double NG bay. Okay. That's more common, for sure. Now, Cyclones are still going to be pretty effective against Phoenix. They're just not as effective as before. Man, he's building a lot of Cyclones. Going up to 6? That's... Wonder if he's going to try and do a push. Normally, you'd say, don't do that. But... I don't know. Maybe he's going to try something out. Behind this, Colossus gets fired up. Third Nexus for MaxPax is going to finish up, but Clem's third command center has definitely kicked in. His worker production has been very good. MaxPax, though, is able to find a couple of SCVs, and that's nice. It's a good start. And with the Immortal being scouted by that Hellion, he obviously knows now it is Phoenix Colossus. And behind that, Forge and Twilight Council. That's the... Wow, that's what you do. That's what you do behind this. Clem is going to have a little bit of a disjointed timing because his second engineering bay was a little bit late. I'll snipe down on an SCV and a couple of Marines. Does cost him a fair bit of HP damage on those Phoenixes, though. Now, I guess because it's 6 Cyclones, it's much easier to keep those Ravens alive. And therefore, the potential of being able to just switch off the Colossus and maybe just A-move MaxPax with a big stim once 1-1 completes, that is actually really scary for the Danish Crown Prince. But charge, +1 weapons are started up. Gateway transition is well underway. And I think MaxPax is at least reasonably well set up to deal with this first push. And if he can snipe the Ravens, that would be huge, but not able to get them. In fact, losing a Phoenix. Does spot the timing of the gases at the 3rd. And we'll be able to snipe down that one SCV that was building it. But, of course, Clem is... I mean, he's a fantastic player. He's not going to be bamboozled. He did actually miss one of the SCVs clicking the gas, so... a rare misstep. Nah, it's fine. Super fine. Actually, we'll see how long it takes, though. Could end up being the kind of thing where it's like, oh man, I really needed that gas. But we're thinking like minutes into the future when it would actually be a difference. Ghost Academy is done. Ghosts are started up as well as Viking production. So that is actually where you do really need that additional gas mining. Clem is able to keep that SCV alive, and he apparently never had an interest in actually attacking, at least for a while. There we go. He does fix the saturation on that gas. Good job. We're going to see 2-2 and 2-1. Similar timings for the Protoss and Terran. And there is that blink upgrade coming in for MaxPax. Clem, meanwhile, just macroing up. 4th command center, 3 additional barracks, And he might be just aiming for an eventual 2-2 timing, which I wouldn't hate, but during all this, MaxPax is, secured a 4th, fully saturated on minerals, taking a 5th now, and that's the high gas yield, or high yield gas on Alcyone. And unlike Crimson Court, once the Protoss gets up to 6-7 bases, if you're down 2 or more bases as the Terran, it's going to be a lot easier for the Protoss to stretch you out with Zealot run-bys, with DT Blink run-bys. There's a lot more plays to make because the map is just so much more wide open than the previous map we had of Crimson Court, where Clem was able to, kind of keep things relatively tight and never let himself get really blasted apart. Oh, Observer just barely in the scan. Mass Repair did keep... Well, actually, it wasn't even Mass Repair, just a single repair. Keeps that bunker alive. Zealot's trying to run in on top of the 4th. And into the natural as well, but not really able to get anything. War Prism got cleaned up as well. Zealot's trying to draw Clem's army into the main force from MaxPax, but Clem, too diligent. He's like, no, why would I take a fight just before my 2-2 and +1 ship weapons? Why would I do that? That'd be silly. Don't need to be doing that. Funnily enough, it will keep the upgrades basically at par. And if anything, I actually do think the Colossus benefit more from the upgrades. MaxPax not missing a beat. Does start his 3-2 upgrades. Disruptor shot. Oh, it got disabled. I was like, wait, where'd it go? He disabled another one, but the Colossus do find some great value thanks to the force fields. Now, Vikings clean up pretty much the entire Phoenix flotilla. A couple more of them did survive or just weren't in the fight. I guess they weren't in the fight, so they do cover those Colossi. That's a good trade for MaxPax. Yeah, he he traded out the Phoenixes for Vikings, which is good. Ooh, Disruptor shot will connect. MaxPax getting some big damage done. Takes down the Ravens as well. Lifting up the siege tank in the back. I think this is just going very well for MaxPax right now, and I think he might send us to a game number 5. Command Center will get killed at about 95% completion, maybe more. MaxPax, he hasn't done it quite yet, but he has really got the initiative. And like I said, it is going to be a lot more difficult for Clem to come back from behind. Oh, Disruptor shot gets another massive connection. And MaxPax he's got the bit between his teeth. He is driving forward. He's on the hunt. And Clem, I don't know what he can really do here. He's going to be able to take down all of the Colossi. But the Disruptor count is just so big. Another 2 Ghosts barely getting taken out at the edge of that Disruptor's range. The supplies are still very close. It's just that MaxPax can replenish so much more quickly. And Clem is so kind of down in momentum. The tempo of MaxPax is so fast and high. And MaxPax, he's got a 6th base. Clem, no 5th. In fact, I mean, he's got an orbital, but hey, he has to rebuild another base if he wants to take. Meanwhile, oh, that's the, okay. I was like, why is there a factory over there? Well, or a building over there. It's the factory. He doesn't need it anymore. He's decided. We are going to see a good SimCity dealing with this army, pushing it back, but Disruptors, oh, they're going to kind of take advantage of that SimCity, that some of the units were a little bit bunched up. Clem, I mean, it's not over yet. I don't want to imply that it's over yet, and which I did already, but it's certainly not. Ooh, once MaxPax gets the gold, though, that is going to be really difficult to deal with. Incompetent advantage for MaxPax is actually not as big as I would have expected. Disruptor does get a couple of units. Clem, despite having a significant medevac count, he doesn't actually have a ton of medevac energy just because he's been forced to stim over and over. Nice scan, finds the Observer very quickly. Ooh, this might be an opportunity for Clem to jump on at these Disruptors, but only able to get one of them. MaxPax wisely firing a Disruptor from the back of his pack. DT Blink is done. And that's a lot of Zealots and DTs warped in. Oh, Disruptor from the backside, not able to connect. And that will be a lot of Disruptors going down. Oh, man, Clem is going to find so many of those Disruptors. All of them go down in the blink of an eye. Only rallied Disruptors basically staying alive. Meanwhile, the Blink DTs got taken down. This game just went from MaxPax favored very much now the other direction. In about, well, I don't know, in a very short period of time. 4 Immortals at a time out of MaxPax is quite intriguing. We do have Liberators starting to come out en masse. +2 ship weapons about to complete. That's a huge power spike for them. Going to allow him to 2-shot Stalkers from full HP, 1-shot them when they're EMP'd. And he's got Advanced Ballistics started up as well. And 6 Liberators already on the field. While Alcyone is more wide open than Crimson Court, it's still a strong map for defensive play for Terran. Especially when you've got a bunch of ranged Liberators. MaxPax really tried to force the issue on the 4th base when there wasn't much to be found there. I think he could have backed away and rotated to try and deny the 5th. Ooh, behind this, we do see 2 more Stargates and a Fleet Beacon coming in. As well as that +1 ship weapons. MaxPax will complete his +3 armor very shortly, and that's going to bring him back to relative parity on the upgrades. Disruptor shot. Oh! Looks like it might have been misclicked there. Immortal's going to get tagged by concussive shells and absolutely obliterated. Big EMPs. Zealots will give the Immortals a little bit more time. But those Emos are almost certainly going to die. And Clem getting a ton of work done. Blink DTs moving into the natural expansion. Gonna take down missile turrets. They are going to cause quite a bit of havoc. And he might actually... Okay, well, he will force Clem back into the natural expansion with a few units. This is a move I would have loved maybe like 3 minutes ago, 4 minutes ago. A lot of missile turrets getting taken down. Nice recall. Oh, how many DTs get away? All 5. Good job on the quick recall there. Okay. But still, I would have really preferred to see that, before he lost so many Disruptors. Now, 3 carriers at a time. MaxPax is on a huge economy. Somebody in chat recommended the carrier transition in the previous game, but it wasn't really the map for it. This one, though, fair bit better to do so on. We are going to see this one high-yield gas completely mine out right now. Oh, meanwhile, there's still a DT in the main. It's going to kill one depot. Better than nothing, but not by a crazy amount. Now, trying to fire Disruptors around this middle location is no fun at all. 5 more Blink DTs just warped in somewhere. Gold base will likely get denied, and it looks like that somewhere was right here. 3 carriers are out. They do have their +1 ship weapons. Oh my god, that was a big Disruptor shot, and because of the DTs on the other side of the map. Now, 18 probes did fall, but we've also got DTs coming in on the gold base. Going to be able to deny that for the moment. Nice job from MaxPax. Clem, though, starting to build a bank, and it's a better balanced bank than MaxPax's. MaxPax should absolutely, if he's serious about this air toss transition, there we go, needs the +2 air weapons and probably should get a second Cyber Core. Problem is, he's super gas broke, actually. Now, Disruptor count, has gone back up, but these Disruptors, will they be able to even get a single shot? They get 1, and it's actually pretty impactful. Carriers are actually going to have a decent little time here with so few Vikings on the field, and the Liberators not in their air-to-air mode, not there to add on support. But as the carriers get scouted, 6 Vikings get added on. Now, that will dip very hard into Clem's bank, and he is not rich by any stretch. Would love to see a kill on that sensor tower, but looks like MaxPax was only thinking, hey, I sniped the 1 Liberator and I go. And I don't hate that. Another starport being added on by Clem. Clem is on +3 ship weapons. So his Vikings, they pack a punch. They're actually getting very close to +1 air armor as well. Meanwhile, MaxPax, like I said, no second Cyber Core. One thing about MaxPax's play is that could maybe stand to go to a little bit more gas in the late game. Going heavy on minerals does mean you can reinforce really quickly, but it also means your tech is a little bit more rigid, and it's so important to keep those units alive. Oracle being added on for Revelation. Going to be very good here. We will see a blink forward, grabbing a couple Vikings, 1 or 2 ghosts. This game is still so close and so up in the air. Revelation does get off, but he loses the Oracle to do it. And he instantly rebuilds. Recognizing the value of that. Nice blink forward, going to try and cover the carriers. But missile turret's going to be good here. Disruptor shot will get sniped. Good job right there from Clem. Even now playing sharp as hell like an hour into this best of 5. Big EMPs blanketing the army. Will be able to clean up so much of it. MaxPax taking the fight just before his +2 ship weapons completes. And Tempests are going to get sniped down in totality. Every single one of them falling. Snipes on the Zealots, getting a good number on the tail end as well. MaxPax with a massive mineral bank, but no gas once again. No gas in the bank. He spent it all. He did take this base on the top side. He could have been mining it for a while with that gas, but wasn't able to do so. We are going to see the engagement continue in the middle of the map. Ghosts have used a lot of energy, but there's still a little bit left. Watchtower so valuable, by the way. Oh, just a handful of bio units and a couple of Vikings going to clean up a few probes on this base. But it will cost a couple of those very expensive Vikings. Oh, does he? Oh, he gets away. Wow, wasn't expecting that. Oh, that's a nice Liberator. But the big prize of that base is definitely the gas. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Clem moving forward with some Liberators, securing the 5th and 6th bases with this position. He takes down the Tempest as well. +3 ship weapon starts up. Carriers being rebuilt. 29 charge lots. Not really going to cut it here. Both players very low on ground. Well, actually, MaxPax still has a lot of ground units. Clem, very low on bio units. It's Ghost Liberator Viking, basically. Ooh, these units are going to try and pick a fight. Big EMPs on a lot of those Zealots. MaxPax will be able to clear up these rocks and give himself a position to fight through. Liberators trying to clear up some of those interceptors. Doing a decent job. Do we have Cloak for the Ghosts? Yes, we do. Well, actually, I'm not surprised we haven't seen it yet. We're not necessarily in a situation where it's the best move. We do have 5 carriers coming in at once from Maximus Maximus. Disruptor trying to turn the corner, not able to get its shot off. God, this series is just something else. Liberator on the bottom side. Oh, cute move from MaxPax. Blinks forward to soak one of the Liberator, or actually 2 of the Liberator shots. Saves 2 probes for just a little bit of hull damage on one of those Stalkers. Meanwhile, re-engage in the middle of the map. I don't know if MaxPax has enough to take this. That is a lot of stuff for the Terran. Does manage to get 1 Ghost with a Disruptor shot. And the Ghost, Clem still has just so much money in the bank. 2K, 2K. He's doing such a good job at keeping that bank balanced. The bank of Clement. 5 carriers at a time is a crazy number. But they're never able to hit that critical mass. Not just yet anyways. Say never, but you get up to 12 carriers. That's pretty critical. Liberators, though, are going to be able to deal with that with the air-to-air. Especially since he has +3 ship weapons. And there's no air armor. No air armor. No shields. So those interceptors would get blasted. Ghost tried to drop a nuke. Wasn't able to do so. Looks like he wanted to do his best Maru impression. MaxPax's bank, pretty much all gonzo. But he will be on +3 ship weapons. He's building a Mama ship. Clem, though. Huge income now. Oh, what did he just kill? Oh, he just killed some medevacs. EMP is going to drain the Nexus and the shield battery. That means no recall. That means, of course, no healing. Unless he popped battery overcharge from another Nexus, but why would you do that on a base that's absolutely going to fall? The answer is you wouldn't. Clem, he is going to secure this base from his opponent. Carriers are going to try and get it on top of this army with the interceptors. You can see a lot of interceptors going down. I'm going to switch to units tab, and they just get melted there. I think we even joined after most of them were already gone. MaxPax, 11 carriers, but the interceptors just got shredded. They got evaporated. We're up to 20,000 resources lost differential at this point. Zealous and DT is going to try and find an opening here. Oh, but there's the EMPs, and that's going to be a lot of more expensive pickoffs. It's now, before it was technically just under 20,000. Now it has officially crossed that 20,000 resources lost differential threshold. Nice EMP, by the way, on some of those interceptors. The missile turrets, by the way, do have the building armor and high-sec auto tracking. Man, this game is sick. Bonkers game. Oh, Vikings going to move forward. They snipe down one of the Colossus. Snipe down another one. Just one tapping it. What was that? 19 Vikings? 19 Vikings right there. Oh, mothership. Oh, the mama ship recall down to the bottom side. Ghosts going to try and defend. Is there detection? The answer is no, not at the moment. But MaxPax with the plays. Still a very cool move. Even if he can't clear the ghosts, which is really unfortunate that he can't clear those ghosts, because they actually do take down a lot of interceptors. Storm being added on. I think at this point we are at the place where he needs Storm to deal with the mass Viking cloud. But it can be so good against that. How far along is Storm? Still got another 20 seconds or so. Templar did warp in, and they do have Storm energy. Fresh Archon, or Fresh High Templar are going to morph into Archon, so he doesn't obviously waste the ones that are gaining energy. Oh, nice Liberator harass. God, it's 7 HP. It's going to kill so many probity probes. Good scans coming in from Clem. There is that Psy Storm. With EMP and with the number of scans that are available, 9 orbitals. Oh my god. 9 orbitals. Oh, now here's the drawback. Orbitals on this right side base. That's not amazing. Oh, EMP whiffs, but so too does the Storm. Got 3 more Tempests being added on by MaxPax. He does still have a little bit of gas mining from this base, but starting to really dry up on gas. Once again, though, could take this gas. Hasn't done so yet. Oh, where did he recall to? Oh, he recalled to the Nexus. That's cute. Problem is, even if he kills this position, there's like no minerals here. 80 minerals. That is so little. Killing the orbitals, though, that's a little something. Getting the sensor tower, denying vision of his opponent, and it did get Clem to go back home. Now, funnily enough, he didn't kill either orbital. This did get a, Yo, such a sick move from MaxPax. He baits him to the top right with the recall, baits him back, uses the mothership recall in earnest. Oh, that was so sick from MaxPax. The Wombo combo. Now he's got to be real careful. Real careful. But, oh, Storm. Got to be careful with that Liberator Viking clump. Disruptor shot. Ooh. Does connect on a couple of ghosts. That was a really nice multi-layered ambush from MaxPax, but Clem was so on the ball, it still only got 2 ghosts. Battery overcharge. I don't think you want to attack into that as Clem. Even with the crazy number of Vikings he's got, where are the High Templar? I don't know if they just all got nuked down or not. interceptor count is being whittled down. There are 8 carriers on the field, so the max number of interceptors is 64. Clem retaking his bottom side base. 160's army supply to 144. Even now, one big storm, 200 energy High Templars somewhere. It's in the back. It's hidden. It's camouflaged. Clem knows if he can get an EMP, that might just be it. Nice job, snipe down the Observer. There are 3 Observers on the field. Gold base will get denied. Clem is mostly mined out of his gold. But he's got potential for still a lot of mules on the bottom side. He's still on 8 orbitals. Oracle, I was just going to say, I would love to see an Oracle for Revelation. EMP does hit on some of these units. Archons could get some big flash damage. Nice time warp. Doesn't catch the whole army. It gets all the ghosts. Only 2 ghosts remaining from what I can tell. No, 6 ghosts apparently. Oh, but it looks like the Templar did get EMP'd. Or it dropped its storms. I don't even know. There's so much going on there. The Viking clump is so tightly packed. Archons get some big shots, but is that enough? I don't think so. However, MaxPax, that was a really great fight for him, I think. Clem just has to spend his whole bank. He might be too far ahead still, though. But, oh, man. Actually, no. This is still so close. This is too close to call. The ghost count getting knocked down heavily is a big deal, but there's still quite a few ghosts remaining. The Liberator count, though, has been set to 0. Well, not to 0. There's 2. It's basically been fully reset. Oh, nice scan. Does find the Observer. Vikings. The thing is, now the carriers are a lot stronger because the Liberators are gone, and the Disruptors are a lot stronger as well. Ooh, EMP does get avoided. Is there energy for a storm? 71 energy. No, the High Templar goes down. And now, with the EMPs on the Skytoss army, all the carriers fall. GG will get called. Clem takes it down. One of the best series they have ever played, and that is saying a whole hell of a lot because they've played some bangers. But this one might just take the cake. Clem, though, he takes the series. And he takes it 3-1. Oh my God, that was so good. If you enjoyed that one, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. Check out the rest of my videos. And we'll catch you next time on the flip side.